이 시리즈는 한국에 거주하는 우리 외국인 친구들이 가장 좋아하는 한국 음식을 소개합니다.
안녕하세요. 한국 사랑하는 호주사라입니다. 제 제일 좋아하는 한국 음식은 감자탕입니다.
Oh my days. Good day, mate. 감자탕 먹으러 왔지. 그 한국어로 얘기할까 아니면 영어로 말할까?
둘 다 괜찮고.
그래, 영어로 말할까?
나한테 물어보는 거지.
자신감 없어가지고 제가. But you have told me that this is one of your favorite restaurants, and this is your area.
Yes. This is my area, and gamjatang is one of the things that I really love, but I don't eat it enough. Like, because it's one of those things that you got to sit down, you need a bit of time to enjoy. You know, you need a couple of people. You can get a lot of Korean food in Australia now, but you can't. I've never seen gamjatang. I don't know. There's something about having it like bubbling in front of you that I really love. It's something like so unique to just like eating out in Korea as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually just thinking that when you said about the bubbles, because yesterday was Pyeongchang. Today's got that kind of after rainy day kind of feel, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And I always feel like this really suits that mood.
Yeah, well that's the thing, like, because yesterday, because it's raining, I want to stay inside, but whenever it rains, you always want jeon as well.
Yes.
Like the pancakes.
Yes.
So when I saw this, I was like, yes.
So what is this?
So this is memirjeon.
Whole wheat, right?
Buckwheat, that's it, buckwheat.
Buckwheat.
Yes, I was like, because I've heard what it was before, but then I've only used a Korean for so long, I forgot what the English word was. But I've never seen it done with like the cabbage leaf in the front. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about this one.
Yeah.
Let's get some chopsticks out.
Oh, this is lovely. I'm so excited to eat with you today.
I haven't seen you for so long that it's like, and I barely eat out at restaurants anymore as well. So when you were like, you know, what's your favorite food? What's your favorite restaurant? I was like, I had an existential crisis because I was like, what is it? But
yeah.
I've been cooking at home so much more this year.
Right.
So like when we cook at home, sometimes I make like doenjang jjigae or like those kind of things. Yeah, I love that.
That's amazing. Thank you so much.
But this kind of stuff I've never tried at home because it's a bit out of my league.
You've got to kind of soak it and you've got to kind of leave it and broth it.
And this place is so good and it's so close that it's like, why would I make it at home when I can like come here?
Yeah. Well, there's kamja in the gamjatang.
That's why it's called gamjatang.
Do you know it's not right?
Wait, no?
So you know kamja, like potato wasn't originally part of gamjatang.
Really?
You know this?
No, I had
so
no
kamja
idea.
is the name of the, thank you. The kamja is the name of the rib, the part of the rib.
I had no idea. I was like, oh yeah, there's like potatoes in it. That makes sense.
Shall I dish for you?
Oh, yes, please.
Oh, this is what...
It just falls off the bone though. It's so good.
This is what you want. Here we go.
Oof.
Wow. Oh my gosh, that meat looks amazing.
Looks so good.
I'm excited.
Shall we demask?
Demask?
Oh, look at that.
Wow. Goodness me.
This is one of the things that I always struggle with at first when I first came to Korea because I was like, how do I get rid of the meat? Like get the meat off the bone? But a good place, it just like comes right off. You know, you can just pull, like, look at that.
Oh, wow. Oh.
You good?
Thank you. Thank you for this recommendation. Wow. It just, you know, for me, I've got a friend who uses this terminology and it's kind of like stuck with me, but it's like, it's from California and she always says, you know what, that just hits different. It hits different. And I kind of,
different.
Having a bite of that, there's nothing really that replicates that.
No, there's nothing close to it.
Oh my gosh.
I haven't had this in so long. And the minute you eat it, like, why didn't I? And sometimes you can get rice and you can like dip the rice in the sauce and like have that as well.
Sometimes I'm just eating food in Korea and I'm just like, I feel like I haven't eaten in like 4 weeks.
Yeah, every
just
time
like
you eat it.
You know, it's like I'm starving or something because the taste is so good. It's just so satisfying.
Yes. And I feel that I eat out a lot more in Korea than I did like back in Australia as well because there's like so much to eat here, which is dangerous but also very good.
Do you remember the first time you ever had gamjatang?
I don't know, because when I first came to Korea, there were so many things I ate and I didn't know the name of. I could read Hangul, like I could read the letters, but beyond that, I didn't really know what things meant. Like if I read a word, I knew. I was like, oh, that's like kimbap. And so there were so many meals I had where I just pointed to the thing and I was like, can I please have this? So I have all these memories of them, of having these like amazing meals.
Right.
But I don't know what they were called. So there's been stuff that I found out 5 years later. I'm like, that's what I've been looking for 5 years. Like probably one of the first times I remember eating gamjatang and knowing it was gamjatang, it was just like, I was sort of surprised as well because it didn't taste like what I thought it would. Like, because when you look at it at first, it's like, you know, it's got bones sticking out. And also because the soup's quite thin. Like I'm used to that hearty taste coming from sort of thick stews. Yeah, I don't know. I loved it. But I do remember I had a coughing fit because it was really spicy. And the spice always catches in my throat. Like, hint of spicy, my nose runs. Like, it's running now. And I'm like, we're filming, can you wait?
This is more of a peppery
this
spice,
one's not like a kimchi spice. And it was so delicious, but I just like, it got caught in my throat and I was so embarrassed because I'm like, oh, of course I'm the foreigner that's like coughing while they eat like something spicy. I was just like, why you got to be like this? But it's okay.
That's amazing. Man, when I first had gamjatang, I remember having it with Josh and Ollie on their food tour with Dan, and they found this monster gamjatang. And I was feeling ill, I had this massive headache. I remember it being a wet day as well, and kind of sat down to eat it, and it was just like nothing I'd ever tasted before.
Like that relief of like...
And I remember just, you know, like you're saying, kind of I started like kind of sweating a little bit.
Yeah,
and it just cleaned me out. And after that I felt amazing, my headache had gone, I didn't feel ill anymore. And since then, whenever it kind of rains or whenever I just want something just to almost like give me a pick me up, kind of wash me out as it were, I go and have 뼈해장국, because you obviously can't have a whole thing of gamjatang on your own.
Yeah, I was thinking about what you said though.
Yeah.
About like the food, like a life-changing moment. When I first came to Korea, like before that, I had no interest to eat in food at all. Like I used to forget to eat. I wasn't like excited. Yeah, me.
No way.
Wasn't excited about food. It was like I enjoyed it, but I wasn't like I liked to bake and stuff, and that was about it. But after coming to Korea, I was like, oh my god, like so much flavor. Like there's like so many different types, so many different spices and all of this. And I was just like, I fell in love with the food. And that's when I started kind of cooking Korean food at home. And I'm not that good at it or anything, but it's, you know, just something I enjoy doing. And it really like gave me a passion for food, which I just never had before. It was like, yeah, it was that big moment of like this, how did I live without this until now? Like,
Right. Should we try and get involved in some of
yeah,
this?
let's get involved in this one.
Yeah. How will it?
I'm gonna get a big
Yeah.
cabbage boy.
Get involved.
I love John.
Just scoffing it down. With the cabbage.
Cabbage is really good in there.
Yeah.
It adds like a really nice texture to it. This is great.
Oh.
It like gives it that little
Yeah.
like crunch or something.
Man there. Yeah. It's like. Wow.
I never would have thought of putting a cabbage leaf in
No.
the middle, but that's so good.
I love that. 네, 사장님 볶음밥 하나 주시겠어요? 하나.
Ooh, 감사합니다.
감사합니다.
Oh, that looks good. Oof. 먹겠니비는.
This is amazing. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna be really naughty. I'm gonna get a bit of the. I'm just gonna pour it over a little bit there.
Well, you know what I was going to do actually? I'm going to get some of these bad boys. And I was actually going to go the opposite way. Just do that.
You are.
Just dip a little bit in there.
Oh, I love that.
Really soak it up.
Yeah. Thank you.
And Mum said, why don't we go see a TVXQ concert in Korea? Yeah. And we waited outside for 6 hours in like -8 degrees and we got tickets. We had such a good time. That trip, we were in Korea for about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
that's when I really fell in love with the food.
You're my faithful friend when I feel like I'm on my own. But you remind my heart it's darkest right before the dawn.